Hi, welcome to Daily Pronunciation. Today's word is banal. This is an adjective which means common and unoriginal. For example, you can say, the plot of the movie was very interesting at the beginning, but it turned out to be banal after about 20 minutes into the story. Now, I'm going to demonstrate how to pronounce the word. Please watch closely how I use my lips, teeth, jaw, tongue, and facial muscles to say the word banal. 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 Thank you for watching. See you tomorrow.
Hi, welcome to Daily Pronunciation. Today's word is bargain. This is both a noun and a verb. As a verb, it means to negotiate terms such as prices in a sales transaction. For example, you can say, my sister loves to shop. She enjoys bargaining with shop owners to get the best price she can. Now, I am going to demonstrate how to pronounce the word. Please watch closely how I use my lips, teeth, jaw, tongue, and facial muscles to say the word bargain. 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 Thank you for watching. See you tomorrow.
Hi, welcome to Daily Pronunciation. Today's word is benevolent. This is an adjective which means wanting to help others or an expression of goodwill. For example, you can say, Marcia's $100 donation to the children's charity was very benevolent of her. Now I am going to demonstrate how to pronounce the word. Please watch closely how I use my lips, teeth, jaw, tongue, and facial muscles to say the word benevolent. 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 Thank you for watching. See you tomorrow.
Hi, welcome to Daily Pronunciation. Today's word is benign. This is an adjective which means gracious or pleasant. For example, you can say, the benign weather made it perfect for golfing. Now, I'm going to demonstrate.
뭐 봐?
심부름 시켜놓고 어디 갔다 오냐?
커피 사왔어?
$2,800원.
거스름돈 안 줘?
치사하게 200원 가지고. 미안, 나중에 줄게.
이자 붙는다.
치사하게.
There are over 7,000 languages spoken in the world today. 254 of these are spoken in North America, 325 are spoken in Central America, the Caribbean is home to 23 languages, South America, with a population of over 370 million people, plays host to 458 languages. Africa boasts a diverse array of 2,146 languages. The Pacific region of Australia, New Zealand, Melanesia, Micronesia and Polynesia has an impressive 1,311 languages. Asia, with a population breaching 4 billion people, hosts 2,304 languages. And Europe, with its population of over 700 million, enjoys some 284 languages. Each individual language possesses a unique cultural heritage and broadens the world's linguistic diversity. But according to UNESCO, 97% of us speak just 4% of the world's languages. That means that 96% of the world's languages are being shepherded by just 3% of the population. A language dies on average every fortnight. With each language lost, the world loses a piece of its heritage. Despite the best efforts of linguists, anthropologists, language activists and organisations such as the Endangered Languages Project, supported by Google, in safeguarding our linguistic heritage, it is believed that half of the world's languages will disappear within the next 100 years. We're here to help promote one of the world's oldest written languages, the Irish language. Gee, Dutch! According to UNESCO, the Irish language is definitely endangered. This is where learnirish.com comes in. We hope to deliver over 365 lessons covering everything from saying hello to going to job interviews. We'll have an app so you can learn on the go, in a train, up a mountain or in bed. You'll learn from native Irish speakers from each of the 3 main Irish speaking regions. Learnirish.com will be so easy to use, ideal for kids or grown-ups. You'll save a fortune on books. We'll have forums for you to interact with other learners or for asking the experts. We'll have quizzes for you to monitor your progress along the way and educational games to break up the learning. Our course will cover more than just the language. We'll introduce you to Irish history and the culture surrounding the language. You'll be able to listen to each lesson summary, helping you to recap on each of the lessons. Our course will cater for 3 levels: beginners, intermediate and upper intermediate. Each backer will get a printable gift certificate in time for Christmas, making it the perfect Christmas gift. Pledge today and help make this possible.
The £1 Million Banknote by Mark Twain. Part 1. From San Francisco to London. When I was 27 years old, I worked in an office in San Francisco. I did my job well, and my future was promising. I was alone in the world, and I was happy. On Saturday afternoons, I didn't work. I sailed my little sailboat on San Francisco Bay. One Saturday afternoon, I sailed out too far. The strong afternoon wind pushed my sailboat out of the bay and into the Pacific Ocean. That night, when I had lost all hope, a small British brig saw me and took me on board. The brig was sailing to London. The voyage was long and stormy. I worked as a sailor to pay for my trip. When I arrived in London, my clothes were old and dirty. I had only $1 in my pocket. With this dollar, I ate and slept for the first 24 hours. During the next 24 hours, I didn't eat and I didn't sleep. At about 10 o'clock the following morning, I went to Portland Place. I saw a child walking past holding a big pear. The child ate one small piece and then threw the pear onto the street. I stopped and looked at it. I was very hungry and I really wanted that pear. But every time I tried to get it, someone passed by and looked at me. I quickly turned in the other direction and waited for the person to pass by. I tried again and again to get that pear, but the same thing happened. I was desperate. I decided to get the pear and not to worry about the people who saw me. At that moment, a gentleman opened a window behind me and said,
"Come in here, please."
A well-dressed servant opened the door. He took me to a beautiful room. Here, two old gentlemen were sitting and discussing something important. Their breakfast was still on the table. I was very hungry, and I stared at their breakfast. I want to tell the reader that the two gentlemen had made a bet several days before. I knew nothing about the bet until later. Let me tell you what happened. Part 2. An Unusual Bet. The two old gentlemen were brothers. For several days they argued about a very strange subject. They decided to end their argument with a bet, as the English usually do. The following was the subject of the bet. The Bank of England issued 2 banknotes of £1.
So, you probably all know Go. Go is a programming language, and it was created in 2008 at Google. And it was created to solve problems at Google's kind of scale. And what do I mean by Google scale? I mean scale in terms of running on clusters of thousands of machines in dozens of data centers around the world. But I also mean this kind of scale. This is from the 2008 annual report of Google, and we had more than 7,000 people in research and development. That's engineering. And today we have almost twice that number, so that's huge teams of programmers working on massive code bases of millions of lines of code. So what are the important factors at scale? Well, first of all, we need speed, both in terms of development speed and also in terms of execution speed, efficiency. Second is reliability. You need code that does what you expect it does. And the third is simplicity. At scale, you really need to fight this kind of systemic complexity that can really weigh you down in the long term. So in 2008, we were kind of locked in this deadly embrace, at Google anyway, with C++ and Java and Python. And on the C++ side, we had a lot of speed. But to write C++ code reliably is very difficult. And obviously, it's not simple. It's actually an incredibly complex language. With Java, we had a language that was still quite efficient and easier to write correctly and quite reliable, but it suffers from this massive systemic overcomplexity. And with Python, we had a language that developers loved using. It's a highly productive language, but it's quite inefficient at runtime, and also its kind of absence of a type system, or rather an invisible type system, can lead to some sort of problems. So when Go was created, we just tried to address the gap between these kind of 3 technologies that we were so accustomed to at the time. But it turns out that what works at scale also helps in the small, in teams of smaller people, and also just individuals like myself. So what I want to talk about today are the 5 things that I love about Go, me personally. And I understand probably most of you here have already written some Go code, some of you professionally.
English vocabulary with pictures. Lights. From espressoenglish.net. Light bulb. When a light bulb doesn't work anymore, then we say the light bulb has burned out and we need to change it. Lamp. The top covering of a lamp is called a lampshade. Chandelier. We usually find chandeliers in fancy places. Flashlight. A flashlight is a small, handheld light that is powered by batteries. Fire. This fire is inside the fireplace, and smoke from the fire goes up and out of the house through the chimney. Candle. Candles are made of wax, and the string in the middle that burns is called the wick. Torch. Sunlight. Moonlight. Street lights. Street lights provide illumination on roads and in public places. Traffic light. Lighthouse. A lighthouse provides a signal that helps ships sailing in the ocean navigate safely to shore. Spotlight. A spotlight is used in theater and other performances to bring attention to the main singer or character. When the level of light is low, we say the light is dim. The opposite of dim light is bright light. That means strong light. And when the light is extremely intense, then we can say it is blinding. Finally, don't mix up the words lighting and lightning. Lighting refers to the general illumination of a place. The picture shows the lighting inside an airport. Lightning refers to strong bolts of electricity that come from the sky during a thunderstorm. The pronunciation is very similar. They're only different by one letter. Lighting, lightning. If you'd like to learn 500 plus new words and practice them, check out the Vocabulary Builder course available at espressoenglish.net. Learning new vocabulary will help you express yourself more fluently in English, so you won't have to constantly think of the right words to say. Visit espressoenglish.net, click on Courses, and look for the Vocabulary Builder.